Hey guys, Chicky DeMain, aka Deboo, with a YouTube video forecast update. This forecast update effective around 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on August 7th, 2021. And starts you off with some real-time visible satellite imagery of a vorticity spin that's in the MDR. Now, this is not 92L Invest. This should be classified as 93L Invest. The National Hurricane Center has not designated it, but you can see since yesterday, it's had a very pronounced spin. Now, this is heading off towards the west, and right now it's not taking on any convection, but you can see down here at the bottom the little white puff of clouds that is popping up, and so there is convection around the spin, but it's not taking it in over the spin. As we look a little further to the west, there has been another little area of spin that's been out in front of it. And this is all part of when this moved off the West African coast as a trough of low pressure, which is basically what we have along the intertropical convergence zone. So when you look at this vorticity spin here that's out in front, this pronounced one here, okay, and then 92L, which is behind it. We'll show you that in just a few moments. These are all working in tandem together, okay, and that's why you see the three areas designated by the National Hurricane Center in the tropical weather outlook. And then one thing that you'll take note is over the last several days, we went from 70% chance of development with the night, which is what 92L is now, and then 20% chance of development with the other two areas, and then now things have been decreasing as far as chances are concerned. Well, guys, weather happens in real time, and it's why we watch. So just because they're showing a decreasing trend does not mean something can't develop. Now, environmental conditions there are holding some of this back. We still have SAL issues and wind shear issues. Okay, I'm going to switch you over to today's high res. This is just starting to come out now. And so here's that area of spin right in here, okay? And you can see the convective mass down here in the intertropical convergence zone out in front. This is moving off towards the west like this. 92L Invest is back here. So here's your three areas that the National Hurricane Center has designated as far as spin is concerned. This is this one that's out front of what should be 93L Invest in here, and then 92L Invest in here. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see a better picture of it. And again, so it's going to be this main spin right here that we're going to be watching to take over the entire envelope, which the entire envelope, when you look at the National Hurricane Center's tropical weather outlook, these three are working in tandem, okay? So we're just going to have to watch it. And the latest run of the GFS, let me switch you over to the GFS, and you'll see, give me your second here, guys, and I'll back this up. Now, this is, excuse me, I wasn't well prepared. This is Friday, August 13th, okay? And some of you probably seen me hint at Friday, August 13th in a post a few days ago. All right, we believe in signs, we believe in superstition, and we believe what we see. And I'll back this up for you. Give it a second to load here. And here's the trough. Now, this is what the model is showing. This is the 06Z GFS for real time. And so when we go back and look at the model versus the satellite imagery, again, you can see that area of low pressure or spin out in front. You have what should be 93L right in here, and then 92L in tow, okay? And coincidentally, I did want to point this out because last week we were watching for an area of spin to drop in on the backside of the Azores and ride the high pressure ridge that would tighten up the pressure gradient up in here a little bit. That's that feature right there. I don't know if you can see the cursor at the top left hand of the screen. Okay, so this moved in from the Azores, which is the top right hand portion of your screen, dropped in towards the left portion. Okay, and then notice the teleconnection between the two. This is actually softening up Sal in here because now moisture has started to develop, and it's allowing this to try to breathe in here and providing support for this trough of low pressure that's in here in the intertropical convergence zone. I'll advance the model for you, and as you can see the spin, there's that one that I just showed you here. That's this right here. Give it a second to load, and you'll notice that spin. Switch you back to the model, and then we're right in here. This looks to be the remnants of 92L right behind it. And then boom, that first area of spin that's out in front now moving into the Northeast Caribbean, starting to bring heavy rains in here, okay? And then now you've got this, which should be 93L, developing into a tropical cyclone, obviously a few frames ago, and then coming just north of Puerto Rico, and this is day 7. All right, so let me talk about models for a minute, guys. It's always one model, and it's one model run. That the GFS at 12Z today could go blank again. Okay, models have a hard time figuring things out when you have too many players on the board. Okay, what do I mean by that? We've got 3 vorticity spins. They're close together. Weather happens in real time, so if the next couple 2-3 hours this thing starts to take on convection, then the models have to recognize that and then give you the output. If it doesn't, just like we've been seeing over the last couple of days, it's been a convectionless pattern. All that can change in 24 hours. I'm likely going to be stepping up video updates. Please follow us on our social feeds on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook, and for real-time updates. And stay tuned. I wanted to do a longer video today. Maybe might get one this afternoon. Let's let the 12Z model runs load and see what's happening. But thanks for following.